Welcome, everyone. We're here to celebrate your achievements over the past few years. Whether you're graduating with a bachelor's degree or you're a graduate student who has finished your own project and defended it to those who are now your colleagues. I'm Dr. Heather Koopman, and I'm the chair of this great department. And today I'm thrilled to introduce to you one of our most beloved, admired, and respected faculty members, Dr. Ann Pabst, who will leave you with some thoughtful and inspiring words as you move forward to the next step in your life. But first, you need to acknowledge some very important people in your lives, ones that have been supporting you while you've been here at UNCW. And I'm talking about three special groups of people: your families, your friends, and the faculty and staff of the Biology and Marine Biology Department at UNCW. So graduates, please take a minute to acknowledge and thank the extensive support system that you have had. A round of applause for all of those great folks. And now I'm going to introduce Dr. Pabst. And for me, I'll confess, this is a bit of a bittersweet introduction because Dr. Pabst is retiring at the end of December. I know, who can believe it? I can't. Many of you have had the privilege to be taught or mentored by Dr. Pabst, or perhaps you've been part of the Marine Mammal Stranding Network, or maybe you just poked your head around a door one day to find a dolphin being dissected. Or maybe you just talked to her in the hallway. But in all of these cases, you were lucky to have had an interaction that no doubt left you feeling lighter and listened to. Anne joined our department in 1995 as an assistant professor, bringing extensive expertise in comparative vertebrate anatomy and marine mammalogy. She was later tenured and promoted to full professor. She's made extensive and commendable contributions to teaching, including comparative vertebrate anatomy, biomechanics, and her famous marine mammalogy class, serving thousands of students over the course of the last 26 years. She has also mentored more than 20 undergraduates in honors and involved countless students in her research program as volunteers, interns, DIS students, providing them with unparalleled mentorship and a great research experience. As many of you know, her work is aimed at understanding how the mammalian body is functionally adapted to the marine environment, with a particular emphasis on musculoskeletal design and thermoregulatory function in the cetaceans, the whales, dolphins, and porpoises. She's mentored 2 postdocs, 3 PhD students, and 26 master's students, in addition to service on countless other graduate student committees. And as a testimony to her stellar mentorship, she was awarded the UNCW Graduate Mentor Award in 2003. She's had exemplary research output, evidenced by a publication record of over 100 papers, many of which were authored with her grad students and some undergrads. In 2001, she was awarded UNCW's Distinguished Faculty Scholarship Award, and in 2019, the UNCW Research Leadership Award and the College of Arts and Sciences Faculty Research Award. So I think you get the idea of just how fantastic and productive this teacher, mentor, and scientist is. But she's more than that, even more than that, always the diplomat and forever seeing the bright side of everything. Anne has been the department's bright light since she got here. She is famous among faculty and staff for her enthusiasm about everything. And if you've ever received an email from her, you will be familiar with the use of Pabst points, as we call them, those exclamation marks of excitement, more of them than you can imagine. I've had the privilege of knowing Anne since the early 90s, and it's been amazing to work with her for 3 decades. But even more than that, it's been an honor to be her friend. And so without further ado, I will turn this over to Dr. Pabst. Anne?
Thank you so much, Dr. Kootman, for that wonderful and generous introduction. It means more to me than you can know. Thank you. And hello, biology and marine biology graduates. I am honored to represent our department, your department, at this winter graduation event to share with you our most heartfelt congratulatory wishes. And so well do you deserve them. You and your colleagues faced unprecedented challenges as you worked through your demanding science curriculum here at UNCW. Unprecedented. It is a word that has, alas, though quite rightfully, become overused these last few years. Synonyms include uncommon, unusual, atypical, abnormal, anomalous, and these are fitting terms for the challenges you have faced. For example, on 14 September 2018, just a few weeks after you had started fall classes, Hurricane Florence threw itself at our city and university. The storm's impacts to our campus were substantial, including the loss of Dobo Hall, which was your academic home, where you took most of your classes and labs, and where many of you worked with faculty and staff to participate in or carry out your own research. Hundreds of individuals, including many of you, did the hard work to come back from that event to help not only our department and the university, but others in the broader community who really needed support during that very difficult time. And then you all did what no other group of students has ever done before. You came back after missing a full month of classes and you successfully completed the semester. Seriously, no other university has ever done that. And it was not easy. It took strength and dedication and resiliency and sheer willpower. It took one other attribute too, and that is empathy, a word perhaps we don't talk about as much as we should. The ability to recognize and understand another's feelings, to be able to put yourself in another's position and see the world through their eyes. You all demonstrated that by supporting each other, by working for others, and by understanding that everyone, including your faculty, was doing the very best they could to make things work, even if we made mistakes. This kindness and understanding in the face of real challenge speaks volumes about you. And then heck, we had 2.5 semesters of something that resembled normalcy. You all were taking classes in trailers, but they were very nice trailers. Many of you were working in labs you were sharing with others because they too had lost their labs, and you grew and made new colleagues because of it. And some of you helped recreate labs and learning spaces out of whole cloth, requiring innovation and ingenuity that maybe you even didn't know you had. Collegiality and collaboration were the words of the day, and through all of these events, you carried on with your courses, your research, and your work. Then in March 2020, which was a beautiful spring, you went away for break, and it was decided that you could not come back because we were in the grips of a global pandemic caused by a virus we had never met before as a species. And that, of course, was SARS-CoV-2. And it was deadly, and it was highly transmissible, and we did not have the tools to keep you safe here yet. It would be another month, in fact, before the mRNA-based COVID-19 vaccines would go into clinical trials. Those vaccines, which came to the world in record time, were the result of decades of basic scientific research. One of the multiple kinds of research you learned about and did while you were here at UNCW. You have the knowledge as a graduate of our department of the positive impacts of science, how it can and does solve real-world problems. It is not just academic, but your academic life turned on a dime in March of 2020 as your faculty worked diligently to learn how to teach online in under 2 weeks. It was something I had never done in my multiple decades of teaching, and I am so grateful to my students who understood that I was trying my best, and my wondrous colleagues and students who helped me figure out how to teach in Zoom world. And you all learned how to learn there and take all of your classes online, sometimes at home, as many of you took on extra responsibilities there because your family needed it. Sometimes at work, as many of you took on extra jobs because your family needed it. And sometimes in your car because you had to go find a Wi-Fi link that worked because your family couldn't provide it. Again, this was not easy. It took strength and dedication and resiliency, and yes, sheer willpower. And in the fall of 2020, Dobo Hall rose from the ashes to greet you as you did another amazing thing. You helped keep our campus open all semester long in the teeth of a global pandemic, when many of our sister institutions had to close down within weeks. You displayed the seriousness of purpose required to do so. Your actions protected your friends, your colleagues, your family, and everyone who worked on campus to help make that semester the very best it could be. This demonstration of shared purpose also speaks volumes about you, as does your work to make our department and campus and world a more just and equitable and inclusive one. You and your colleagues face the issues of racial and social justice in ways that no other group of UNCW students ever has. Your willingness to be involved required introspection, compassion, trust, and again, empathy. Your engagement helped us continue to build, as Chair Kootman describes, an environment of respect for all individuals in our department and beyond. So biology and marine biology graduates, thank you so very much for being dedicated, so hardworking, and so brave. Your faculty deeply appreciate it. So you are now about to go out into the world. And of course, that world is not without its significant challenges as well. We live on a planet that is experiencing rapid environmental change, due in large part to our own species' actions and impacts. We also live in a time when the kinds of attributes that you all have displayed throughout your career here, generosity, collaboration, compassion, and empathy, are not always displayed by your elders. So your faculty wanted to share with you some of their favorite images to remind you that the world you are going out into is indeed a beautiful place. It is filled with a wondrous diversity of organisms. Really quite cute organisms living in an amazing diversity of ecosystems. Throughout your time here, you have learned about the evolution and ecology, anatomy and physiology, genetics, molecular biology, biochemistry, health, and conservation of these organisms. You have studied clades ranging from amazing microbes to beautiful plants to astounding invertebrates and lovely, wonderful vertebrates. You have gained a depth of knowledge in your discipline about the biological world in which we all live. And we hope that through this process, you have also found your passion, that which will sustain you after you leave UNCW to chart your new path. I certainly know that I have. And always remember, graduates, your achievements have been unprecedented. And in this case, the synonyms I choose are unrivaled, extraordinary, and exceptional. The world is indeed a beautiful place, and you are well prepared to make it even better. So congratulations, biology and marine biology graduates, and our very best wishes to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. We all appreciate your wisdom and your kindness and those beautiful images, and we will miss the Pabst points. And now, graduates, this really is your day. Remember, even though this ceremony is virtual, all of your accomplishments that Anne has so nicely outlined and your achievements are not virtual. Be proud of who you are and what you've done. We in the department are very proud of you, and we look forward to telling you that in person when we can. So let's have another round of applause for everyone. Good luck, congratulations, and we will see you soon. Thank you, everyone.